All right, so it's the 4th. That's today, right? The 4th of January?
Yes.
Okay. I don't wear a watch. My cell phones are over there. But, you know, making a New Year's resolution, it's easy. Keeping it is the hard part. Probably some of you have dropped off and it's only 4 days. Now, from pledging to work out to promising to pay off your debt, many of us know what it feels like to fall off the wagon halfway through the year or even the week.
I hear you. So, you know, the big question is, how can you set yourself up for success in 2014? So let's bring in fitness expert Desiree Nathanson and certified financial planner Karen Lee. Let's first go to you, Desiree. You know, some of the best ways that people can stay on target, just getting in shape. I mean, you know, the first of the year comes, we say, I'm going to become the best I can be. How do you keep up with it?
Well, you want to start small. I have 5 little tips that I want everyone to take to heart. First one, you have to be patient. You've got to be patient with yourself. You didn't become this sedentary couch potato overnight. Be patient, give yourself time. Next thing I need you to make realistic goals. They have to be small, they have to be achievable. So you can't set huge goals like, I want to be the best I can be, or I want to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. They need to be small. Say, for instance, I want to go to the gym twice this week. Something small, something you know you can do. Stay away from making resolutions around the scale.
So tough to do.
You have no idea what your ideal body weight is. So saying, oh, I want to get down to 120 pounds. You have no idea what you're going to look like that way, so just don't even say numbers.
Yeah.
I also want people not to resolve to look like someone else, okay? Celebrities
You don't pin up that picture of who you want to be and say,
No, you can do that, but use it for inspiration and motivation. These celebrities have these chefs, they have personal trainers, they have people that are staying there like, don't eat that.
Yes.
Okay, you need to do that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you can't do that. You can't resolve to look like someone else.
And airbrushing. Let me just put that in there. And airbrushing.
And a lot
Yes.
of fitness professionals, fitness professionals and celebrities are lying to people about what they do to get in shape. We don't see what's behind the scenes. So stay away from that. And then finally, you need to ask for support. You need a support system around you. You need people telling you, good job, keep going, you can do it.
Workout buddy.
Exactly, an accountability buddy.
So that's, let's talk about money, because, you know, while some people are trying to drop the pounds, they're trying to drop some of the debt too. Pay off a credit card, student loans, whatever it is.
Right.
How do they do that, considering they're trying also to pay off debt they just accrued during the holiday season?
Well, I love that you put us together, because my tips are almost identical to Desiree's. So, first of all, the top 2 financial tips are save more money, pay down debt. And I don't know if you all know, less than 8% of resolutions are actually kept. So my tips are, first of all, we've got to take a step back and look at our underlying behavior that got us to this place first. Because I think when people go over and over again breaking the same resolution, it's because something else is going on. They're getting something out of overspending. So let's assume you've looked deeply and you know what your motivations are. So the first thing is, set an achievable goal. If it took you 5 years to build that debt, you can't kill it in 1 year.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Right? So set it, make it achievable, and calculate how long it's going to take you to pay it off. And then the second thing is break it into smaller goals. One credit card at a time, perhaps. And lastly, just like you said, don't go it alone. You are going to have to confess your sins to somebody and be accountable. It's so easy to lie to ourselves, and we have a lot of shame around our money life.
So let me ask this though. I mean, every year comes, people make resolutions. I personally don't make resolutions because I find it kind of silly. I mean, what's the point when most of us really just don't keep them? I mean, how do you keep that going? How do you keep that momentum going that you feel when the calendar turns?
I think it's better to have new month and new week resolutions. Why do we focus on the year?
Exactly.
What are you going to do this week to change your life, to make yourself healthier, to make yourself financially healthier?
Sounds good.
Yeah, you have to take it one day at a time.
Small bites.
It's the baby steps along the way. It's the changing your lifestyle. It's the changing behavior. Eventually, it'll catch up and you'll reach your goal.
And you can't do it a year at a time. You have to do it a day at a time.
Yeah.
Really
Desiree, Karen, thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you as well.
And working out, saving money sounds easier than it's done, that's for sure.
So why is it so hard to stick to your New Year's resolution? Let's talk more about this and bring in New York Times bestselling author and reinvention expert Steve Olsher. He joins us via Skype from Chicago. Steve, good to have you. Why do so many people fail so early on? And I'm not talking February, I'm talking January 3rd.
Well, I mean, there's really good reason why this happens. And number one, if you think about what Homer Simpson once said, you know, if something is too hard to do, it's just probably not worth doing. So,
First time Homer's been quoted on the show. You get that?
Hey, you know, I'll take that. But,
Yes.
you know, reality is that, you know, man, most people set these goals and then they realize, oh my God, it's like hard work to actually do it. So, you know, you don't just go, like what I talk about is reinvention a lot. And what people, you know, need to understand is that reinvention is really a process, right? I mean, it's not just like a switch that someone can simply turn on and off. And so it's just, you know, we can talk about the unrealistic expectations as well, and your other guests already chatted about that. But what you know, to that end, what I really like also is just the thought of milestones, right, which are just small victories, small celebrations. And I think that's really important as well. But, you know, lastly, it's just, I think there's a big confusion around like what someone believes that they want and what it is that they actually need. And so it's so important to understand, you know, is this just some sort of far-fetched, you know, fantasy, and is it what I really need in order to be successful or to get to a certain point?
Well, let's talk about steps for a minute. You know, after you commit to a New Year's resolution, is there a good way to organize your time or your thought processes in order to go ahead and achieve those goals?
Yeah, and again, I think it's really about a mindset shift, right? And so from my perspective, the idea here is, as far as time is concerned, there's only two ways to use your time. You can invest your time or you can spend your time. And so one of the key shifts is really understanding where your time goes. And are you investing that time or are you spending that time? And clearly, if you want to achieve these goals and objectives, you know, then you've really got to be looking at investing more of that time.
Well, I've learned a lot. The two major points I'm going to take from this: investing time versus spending time. Steve Olsher, thank you in Chicago. And from Karen and Desiree here in studio, the new week resolution. Take it in small bites. Thank you, everyone, for helping us stay on track. You know, with the Winter Olympics in Russia, you know, it's just beginning in just over a month.